Hi everyone, my name is Ebony Cherie, and I am back again with another segment. This one I'm entitling Common Business Practices. Just some things is coming, were coming to mind when it comes to common business practices, and the main thing that I really wanted to talk about very candidly, very openly. This is no super edited video or anything, but just some things that I've learned along the way is just not allowing people to treat you you're common when you're in business, whether that's business or even ministry. To me, I believe ministry is business still. But we are talking about like business per se, like, entrepreneurship and things of that nature. How sometimes people that are in your life that are just used to being around you or used to talking with you on a regular basis or just being in your company can just kind of treat you like you're not, I don't want to say of that certain caliber, but sometimes they'll see you as a common nature. Like they'll support you, but you're not like that person that is really serious about their business, or you're not that person that is walking in that fullness of what you're created to do. Sometimes people can just see you as honestly, they're just a common. When you start a business and they don't really support it as far as putting their money into you. They'll support you like, oh my gosh, we're so proud of you. I love what you're doing. Or sometimes they won't, or they won't say much about it. But when you're asking them about services and if that's something that they're interested in, they're kind of like, and that's nothing to be discouraged about, even though you may be sometimes. I know how discouraging it could be, but just know that they might not be a client of yours. And you just have to kind of be stickler about that. I've noticed this with family and friends. I've had people try to, get the discount or the homie discount when I'm offering a service. And I'm just like, well, regardless of the matter, you have to pay the certain amount too. Sometimes I'll make sure that I'm charging a certain amount. Um, but I've learned to even not do that. You have to value what you have to bring to the table, and you have to treat people how you want them to treat. You have to treat your business how you want people to treat it, pretty much. And, I've been the type of person to always invest, to always buy from people. Anybody likes a good discount or stuff for free sometimes, but I'm just like, this is what puts money in people's pockets, what puts food on people's table. And you value what you like, and you would want somebody to value you. Say, for instance, you are a new realtor in the game and you want to help somebody out, and that person who is willing to go with your business and believes in you, they're going to want you to be the one that's going to be helping them to find their house. And you're going to make sure that you pay that commission when they help you get the house. And you're not going to question them. You're not going to ask for discounts because they already have in the contract that, you pay 3%. And you've agreed to that. So I also think that's why contracts are important. Don't just tell people, oh, I charge $25 for this, that, and the third, and you don't have anything in writing, or you don't have anything that they have to pay for prior to coming into this Zoom or whatever the case may be. If they value your business, they'll take you seriously. I think people treat you like you're common when they're used to being around you. And, they might see you a certain way, or, it's just, you don't have to treat yourself like that. And you definitely need to step in and tell people like, yo, look, this is my business. This is how much I charge. No, I'm not offering discounts. And if you can't afford to pay that, then perhaps I'm not the person for you. Perhaps you aren't my ideal client. You can offer payment plans. I think that's, why people have things called deposits as a part of the payment plan, but a lot of times people don't offer that. And I've asked for payment plans before too, even if it was like a super low discounted, already price up wasn't that low. I'm like, yo, can I get a payment plan at this point? Cause, I'm willing to pay the service, but I don't really, right now it's like kind of on the low end for me. But I've learned even in that, pay people what they're worth, pay people what they ask for, and pay people for their time, because that's something that they can't get back. And they could have been, you know, talking with someone else. They could have been had another client if you were going to treat them like that. I've had people, when they ask me, hey, how much am I charging for this particular service? And I tell them my prices, they'll be like, oh, I could do that myself. How insulting to somebody that you're the one that asked for the specific service. And then you're going to turn around and tell them that you can do that yourself. Think it, but don't say that to the person. It's an insulting to an entrepreneur to tell them that when they're doing something or they're, trying to strive to get to a certain level and you're booing on them. Like it was pretty much, it's like, if you could do that yourself, then do it yourself. If you're going to support me, then support me and don't say stuff like that. Because then it's going to make me feel like, well, you're not my clients. And I realize most of the people that are my family, my friends, are not my clients. When it comes to my business, when it comes to even the things that I do, they're not my customer. They're not my audience. They just aren't. And I'm okay with that. Now I know. Like, you had to go through the muck and mire with certain people. Some people in your family will support you or whatever, give you what you've asked for, but others will question. And, my value is what I deliver. I'm not going back on anything. If there's a major network or a major industry professional that will hire me, then you yourself need to be able to pay that cost too. But if you can't, then maybe you're not my client, and you got to be stickler about that. And some people get an attitude. Some people think, oh, you think you're this, that, and the third. Well, my business is this, that, and the third. That's why I charge the way that I do. You got to start telling people that, and you have to live your life and honor your own business. Make sure that you put before you those things that you're good at. And there's things that we all need to grow in. And there's offerings that we all could offer and switch, change, and rearrange some things. But my thing is, never lower your standard, never lower your business practices, never stoop down to where somebody else's level think that you should be when you're up here. People that think mediocre and are mediocre people, they're down here and they're going to be like, I need a discount. You're a mediocre client. I don't want you as my client. If that's how you're going to think. You always want to pick apart my brain, but you don't want to pay me for that? No, but that's $50 an hour for my consultation. And I mean that with everything in me. Nonprofits, you might get half off, but you're still going to have to pay something. You know what I mean? If I could go to a nonprofit organization and they actually pay me to do hair for the young teens that live there, you could definitely pay me for a service if you're not a nonprofit business. You're not an entrepreneur yourself. People find ways to try to get around doing what they should initially do because they see you as a common person, and you got to start telling people, no, I'm no longer common. I'm not common when it comes to business, but we can be common, go to tea and coffee if that's what you want to do. But if we're going to be consulting, you're going to be paying me $50 an hour or whatever you charge for your business. You just have to be honest about that. So this has been another one-on-one business meeting segment or come to Jesus moment in the office. For those of you that are interested in following, do subscribe. If you're not, that's okay. There's the X right up in the corner on the YouTube. So just don't want to hold you too long. This has been about 7 minutes and 54 seconds. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Remember, have a blessed night.